This video will discuss how to form tu commands in Spanish. This is based off Spanish 2, Quarter 1. So first, before we get into this, I want to talk about the difference between suggestions and commands. So a suggestion in English would be, you can eat. A command would be, eat. A suggestion, you need to sleep. Command, sleep. A suggestion, you shouldn't talk. The command would be, don't talk. So lots of times students try to command like you need, but skip those and go straight to the verb when you're forming tu commands. So how do you form these things? Remember that these only work when you're talking to one person in the informal tu form and telling them to do something. So normally, when we want to conjugate a verb, for example, hablar means to talk. If you want to say you talk, it's hablas. It's not a command. The commands have different conjugations. To put this in a command form, you follow these steps. All you do is you conjugate the verb in the he, she present tense form to command someone. So to tell someone eat, you would just say come, talk, habla, sleep, duerme. Here's a visual of what I just said. So this works for most verbs to form the tu command. So you take the infinitive and you put it in the él, ella, usted form. And it's the same thing. It translates as commanding someone. So I did these examples, but escribir would be escribe, which is the command write. There's a few irregular ones in Spanish. So decir is to say, di, hacer, to do, it's as, ir is to go, ve, poner is to put, pon, salir is to leave, sal, ser is to be, say, tener is to have, ten, and venir is to come, ven. You have to memorize these, so I suggest maybe taking a picture of the screen or jotting it down in your notes. This will be really useful on the final. There's kind of a funny way to help students remember these. Vin Diesel was like a famous actor in the 90s. And so if you say the commands in this order, Vin Diesel has 10 weapons, kind of sounds like you're saying Vin Diesel has 10 weapons in like a weird accent. Vin Diesel has 10 weapons. So it's kind of a funny way to help you memorize it. Tratar means to try, so trata is try. So with all that knowledge, take a minute to see if you can put these verbs in the tu command. So cantar, bailar, estudiar, prestar atención, and hacer la tarea. I'll give you a second to try. All right, let's take a look. So cantar, canta, baila, estudia, presta atención, haz la tarea. Negative tu commands is when you're telling someone don't talk, don't drink coffee, don't sing in class. To conjugate these verbs in the negative tu commands, it's a different ending, so follow these steps. First, you just put the verb in the yo form. So if I'm going to tell you don't sing, step 1, cantar in the yo form is canto. Then, if it's an AR verb, you're going to switch the ending to ES. If it's an ER-IR verb, you'll switch the ending to AS. So cantar is an AR verb, so don't sing is no cantes. Another example, dormir is to sleep. So the yo form is duermo. It's an IR verb, so the command is no duermas. Here's another visual. So step 1, put the verb in the yo form. And then step 2, drop the O. Step 3, swap the endings. So this is an AR verb, so we're going to switch it to an ES. Don't, turn, or seguir means to follow. So it's sigo in the yo form. IR verb, so it's no sigas. So trata. These 3 verbs, try to put them into the negative command form. All right, let's take a look. Don't eat, don't talk, don't run. So, no comas, no hables, no corras. And then bonus, tratar means to try. So what is the command? Trata. Try. All right. So if you're still around, there's a funny video by this teacher named Senor Woolley, and his video is called Say Chévere. Say is the command be, and chévere is cool, so his command is be cool. And so I'll play the first few minutes of it so you can kind of see it.
Se dice que ser maestro es difícil. Se dice que es una profesión ingrata. Se dice esto, pero no es verdad.
Hola, profe.
Buenos días, Miguelito. ¿Qué tal?
Bien, bien. Soy Carlos.
Miguelito. ¿Cómo ser un buen maestro? ¿Quieres saber mi secreto? Ok, te lo explico. Aflójate la corbata, descansa en tu silla. Sé chévere, sé chévere. Cuando los muchachos llegan tarde, no les grites, no te enojes. Sé chévere, sé chévere.
Profe favorito, tengo chicle, puedo masticarlo.
Sé chévere, sé chévere.
Profe favorito, podemos ir al baño nosotros.
Sé chévere, sé chévere.
Señor, felicidades por ser maestro del siglo.
Gracias.
¿Cómo lo hizo?
Puede hacerlo cualquier maestro.
Es usted cariñoso,
Sí.
es usted apasionado.
Es usted paciente, justo, riguroso y organizado.
No, eso no es importante.
Entonces, señor, díganos por favor cómo.
Aflójate la corbata, descansa en tu silla. Sé chévere, sé chévere. Si no les gusta.
All right, thank you for watching the video. Remember, say chévere means be cool, the command. As usual, please send us an email or chat message if you need help or have questions on anything.